Long time. Hi.
Hello.
I have one new addition that I should show. Over here, I bought Peter Cat vinyl record.
It looks very cool.
Yeah, I don't have a record player, unfortunately. But I
I
got
guess,
tempted. I got tempted.
yeah, eventually you will have one because then you
Yeah,
will,
eventually,
yeah.
yes, that's the hope. Because I would go to every single one of these concerts and I would see that they're selling it, and I was like, no, I should not buy them. I don't want to go down this road. It's a very expensive hobby. But now I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Let me just get it. It's okay even if I don't have a record player. It's just nice that my favorite albums occupy physical space. It's pretty cool. So hence I got it.
And I feel like it's been so long since you have like physical music. Like I haven't
Yeah,
had physical music in a very long time.
yes, exactly. So I thought, okay, this is one way to begin. And this will now make sure that someday I will buy a record player.
I felt the same with the Taylor Swift's new album because
Hmm.
I was in Europe and I could just get the vinyl and I was like,
Hmm.
I would have gotten it. It's just that I had too much stuff and I didn't know how to
Hmm.
carry it like safely with all that stuff. So
Right.
like
You
it's
can order it to India, right? At least some of her older stuff, whatever your favorite album is.
I
Do you
could
have one?
I could get it. And her like her the vinyls are very pretty, like
Hmm.
they're very shiny and like with the
Hmm.
album art, it just like
Hmm.
colors are very poppy. So I will wait. And maybe I want to go through like go there are these markets that have like secondhand vinyl records
Right.
they sell.
Right.
And I want
Right.
to go through that and see if I can find some nice
Can
stuff.
find something.
But
Yeah.
that will be when I have a house. So I'm not going to get into that.
Makes sense. It makes sense. No, I was thinking the exact same thing that, you know what, I want to start this, but it's a hassle right now because I'm going to have to transport these things everywhere, all of this. So I didn't want to get into it, but I got paranoid. What if they sell out? What if they stop selling it? Because this is not like a super popular brand or like band where it's going to be there all the time. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. I
They
hope that it'll be there all the time. That's my hope.
I
But
feel
there is no guarantee.
I feel they're doing so well outside
They're,
India, like
they're
so
doing
well outside.
so well. So well. Oh my God. So many times. The Pirkan subreddit is just filled with non-Indians. It's just people from outside. People from Mexico love them. Love them.
I even
Yeah.
like I told you when I went to the show in Rotterdam, and it was
Mhm.
Rotterdam. It wasn't even in
Yes.
Amsterdam. It was
Yeah.
filled up, and
Yeah.
this like it was a random club. I
Right.
like that club because like it was a vegan place, so
Hmm.
it fit checked all my boxes, and I went there, and it was filled with Dutch people. I barely saw like two or three Indians, and that's it. It was just filled with Dutch people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's weird how so organic that was. And the explosion, I think even Suryakant was talking in some podcast saying that it was COVID and people were home a lot more. And when you're home, you sort of listen to like chill music that you want to listen to when you're home and you're very intentionally listening to things. And that's when a lot of people started getting this band recommended.
I
Yeah,
I
it's crazy.
I think it's sort of like it had a little bit of that lofi vibe that would play.
It did. It did. It did.
And also the record that you have, it's the older album, so that's good that you
Yeah.
got it.
No, I bought all three.
Oh, I can only see one.
No, it's all three of them are there. I just kept this is their second album. This is their first album, Portrait of a Time,
And then Bismillah is this.
and then Bismillah,
Yeah.
and then Beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got all three. Man, it looks so good. I'm also a huge fan of album art in general. Like a good album cover, album art, A1. I will listen to the music sometimes purely off of how, like, visually appealing the album cover is. Sometimes I am a big sucker for good album covers. It's pretty cool. So. It's also nice that you can own not just the music but also the cover art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were in Europe. How was Europe?
I was there for almost 3 months because
Yeah.
I left last year when my visa expired and I decided I'm gonna come back and be with my cats.
Mm,
And it was in October last year, and then I stayed for the winter, and then I left all my stuff in Germany, so I had to go back and bring my stuff because I was like, I when I left, I was like, I'm just leaving for 3 months and I'll be back. So
mm,
I went back and got all my stuff. Not all my stuff. I left my winter clothes, my books, and my
mm.
ukulele there. So
Where did did you sell it to someone or you just left it somewhere?
no, no, it's with my friends.
Okay, okay.
It's spread across. Like different people have different stuff. So it's like going to be like a treasure hunt getting my stuff back. That's how it was. Like towards the last week of my trip, I was in south of France and I left
Mm,
my stuff in Rotterdam, but like I left 3 suitcases at one friend's house and then few stuff at
mm,
another friend's house, and then it was all scattered across Rotterdam, and then I came back and I had to go around grabbing all my stuff.
mm,
But I really enjoyed like summer there, and I was actually very glad to come back because
mm.
October was cold, windy, and rainy, and I was like,
Yeah.
"I'm out. There's no sun. I
Back.
want to be home."
Yeah. Yeah. I think you were there when the weather was good and you got out at the perfect time.
Yeah, I was happy. Like I
Mm,
could have stayed
mm,
longer because I had like more days on my visa too.
mm,
So I could have stayed
mm,
much longer, but like I was like, I'm
mm,
out. It's cold,
mm.
windy, and there's no sun. It's not worth
So,
it.
and you were working from there only, right?
Yes, because I my client's based in Brussels, so I could
Mm,
just I got like a business tourist visa, like you can get the dual one. So I got that.
mm.
I visited my client, went to office to work. It was fun. It's nice to go
Nice,
meet people, and they had this
nice.
little garden party at a colleague's house, and it was like a
Mm,
potluck, and it was really nice too. Well, that was
nice.
actually really fun. Okay, so
Mm,
I got the email about the party like
mm,
months back, and they said
mm,
like it's for the family as well and the kids as well. Everyone you can bring a
mm,
plus one. I didn't have a plus one, so I was like, I will
mm.
just go. And but they said that there's gonna be a bouncy castle. So
Oh, wow.
for, for like 2 3 weeks, I kept talking to my flatmate about the bouncy castle. That I am so excited about the bouncy castle because when I was leaving from India, I knew that there was this party and I had this whole outfit planned. And I was like, now
Mhm.
I can't wear that outfit because I have to wear like pants and stuff for the bouncy castle.
Yeah.
So I planned my whole outfit for the bouncy castle, and when I got there, there was no bouncy castle, and I was so
Oh,
disappointed.
no.
But
Oh, no.
there was a trampoline, and so I ended up
Okay.
going and jumping on the trampoline, and I ended up. I think it was too overwhelming for me to see so many of my colleagues in person. It's
Mm,
not that many people, but it still felt
mm.
like a lot. So I ended up.
Have you ever met them before in person or is this the first time?
I had met most of them, I think, in person. I have
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
conferences, and I've been to the office a
Hmm.
few times. I have met most of them, but not all of them
Hmm.
together because all of them never come to like office. It's very remote setting. So,
Hmm.
but I
And
ended
this
up
is the same place you were working before you, when you were studying also, before you went to.
no, that was the US company. I was
Ah,
working
correct,
uh
correct, correct.
when
There
I
is a
was
US
studying, I
company.
was working in recruitment, and now it's sort of
Hmm.
research, coordination
Hmm.
stuff. But
Hmm.
anyway, I ended up hanging out at the kids' table because they were playing cards and not like talking as much. I was like, okay, this is
Right. Okay, good.
comfortable.
Just have fun. No, no serious talk or anything.
Yeah, and then I was waiting like there were kids of all ages, and there were these
Hmm.
tiny little kids who had occupied like the trampoline area,
Hmm.
and I was waiting for them to get out so I could go and at
Hmm.
least get little jumps. And eventually they all were leaving, and there was this one tiny kid who was still in the trampoline, and he was walking out, and I was like, okay, I will wait for him to get down and I'll go in. And he opens like it was a zip trampoline, so he opens the zip and he's like,
Hmm.
you want to come in? And I was like, yes. And so he invites me in. And then he tells me to zip the trampoline. And then we both start jumping. And he tells me not to stop jumping. And eventually I got exhausted and he's like, no, you can't stop jumping. Because whenever I would jump, he would go like much higher because he's so tiny.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So you basically went to your office party and chilled with all the kids.
but it was so much fun.
That's nice. So what was this? Is it like a annual
I
party get together of sorts or just
I think it was just like a one-time thing
summer party?
because summer party because
Hmm.
someone has a
Hmm.
garden, so everyone just drove to their house in
Might. Wow.
Belgium. I don't know where it was. It was close to Brussels, like an hour away
Hmm.
from Brussels. So we all
Hmm.
drove to that person's house and
Hmm.
everyone got food. It was just
That's amazing. Nice. And how long did you work at Brussels when you were there in office? Of the 3 months.
once because
Once.
because August everyone's out on vacation. So what was my point of going to office? I was working. I was not on vacation, but
Why August vacation? What's there in August?
it's just the European standard that everyone's out on vacation in August.
Sorry,
In
I am
August.
not aware of all of these things.
July, August, there's barely anyone in office. So it
Oh
didn't make
wow.
sense to go.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's the French part too. Like it's also similar in France. So Brussels is in the French part of Belgium, and so it's divided in like two parts. There's the Dutch speaking part, and then there's the French part. So Brussels is in the French part, so it has
Hmm.
similar French culture that comes in. Because even if
Very relaxed. Hmm.
people take like a month off in August.
Wow. Here, unless you have some special occasion, no one takes a month off. That also you'll have to think. I guess that's just the US.
Yeah,
India also. Most other places. Only Europe is the exception. That's pretty cool.
maybe you can consider Europe.
If I can find a job in Europe, I'll definitely come there. But I don't know what it's like there.
I don't think the economy is doing too well though.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard too.
Maybe
I mean, it's not like jobs are abundant anywhere else. Also, there's a very common trend of joblessness everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah. On to more hopeful things. So how was the rest of your trip? Where else did you go?
I was based out of Rotterdam, so I got like a shared apartment with another
Hmm.
person, and
Hmm.
I didn't know her before I moved in, but we ended up having a really good time.
That's nice.
And
Hmm.
it was just so much fun to live with someone. It
Hmm.
had been a while. I
Hmm.
like always lived by myself in Rotterdam. I had a
Hmm.
studio, and so uh, it was just nice to live with someone.
Hmm.
I ended up like I didn't go around that much because I was just
Hmm.
hanging out in Rotterdam and meeting up with friends and doing fun stuff.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I went to Germany and then Brussels. And then two of my friends from India were visiting, so we went to Prague, and
Hmm.
that's where I met Siri, uh,
Oh yeah, you met Siri. Nice.
for
Yeah.
the first time.
Hmm.
So that was very
Wait. Oh yeah, Siri. Because yeah, pandemic. Of course. Yes.
yeah. I had never met her.
Yeah.
She was based out of Bangalore, so
Hmm.
that was very
Correct.
cool
Correct.
to meet.
Where is she? She's in Prague now,
She's in Prague.
and she's she's in design. She's in what is she doing? I thought she was maybe doing.
I think it's like a photography creative course. I know
Hmm.
the university name. It was FAMU, in
Hmm.
Prague. So she should be done next year or so, I think.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah, I only see her on Instagram. She does some cool things.
She's
Her
always
work.
done cool stuff, I feel like.
Yes, yes, she has. But before I only knew about her dance stuff when she initially joined and everything. And then over the past few years, I'm like, oh yeah, she does a lot of cool stuff. Damn nice.
Yeah, she's super cool. I feel like
Yeah.
even in person, she's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Then like Prague, then I was in Rotterdam again because it
Mm,
was my base. Um,
mm,
and then I went to south of France and then back to
mm,
Rotterdam and then back home.
mm. It's a
But
good 3 months.
yeah,
Mm,
it had been a while since I hung out with friends.
mm.
I barely go out here, so it was really nice
Yeah.
to go out and meet people.
So, do you plan on doing this often? This Rotterdam 2 months, 3 months?
Yes. It
Mm,
depends. I have to reapply for like my digital nomad visa and see how things go. I don't
mm,
know where I'm going to apply yet because I'm going to give myself the winter and decide and plan and apply. But if
mm,
it doesn't work out, then I think I will probably do this like 3 months or basically, technically, I can spend 6 months in Europe because it's three
mm,
months and then I have to come back and then 3 months again. So
mm,
technically, I could spend like 6 months in Europe, which is
mm,
great because I don't want to be there in winter. But I
mm,
would need to figure out a better housing plan for it.
mm.
Because, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This digital nomad visa, you just need to have a remote job when
yes.
you apply for it.
Uh,
How do they check this? Do they need something from your company to say that you have a remote job?
Not really, because I'm a freelancer, so I just show that I have my own company, but
Mm,
they check income. They check how much money
mm,
you make, and it depends on the country that you apply.
I see.
But
Okay.
but I have like I feel the highlight from my trip was that after almost 10 years I celebrated my birthday, which I had like I'd stopped doing because I didn't have that many
Mm,
friends here that I could
mm,
invite and do like a party
mm,
party. So
mm.
I did like a sort of mini party with my friends and it was so nice.
Right.
I hadn't celebrated my birthday with so many people in so long.
Mm.
I got in a proper cake and got in candles
Oh,
and the
damn, that's so
whole
nice.
thing.
Mm.
So that was really cool. And which brings me to the question, what did you do on your birthday?
I did the exact opposite of you, what you did. I didn't invite anyone. I think I was just like, man, I don't want to really like celebrate or meet with people. So, what did we do? I just chilled. I think me and Dia went to go watch a movie. I didn't work that day. So that's one way of celebrating. I just told my manager, hey, it's my birthday. Can I just like not really do much? I'll work online. He's like, and then I didn't do anything. Went to watch a movie. We went to watch Homebound. Uh,
I've heard good stuff
it
about it.
it was so good. It was so good. Homebound was amazing. So watched a fun movie. Went and had dinner. Actually, we didn't even. Yeah, we just got something nice to eat. We had dosa nearby and came home. That's it. Nothing extraordinary.
But I feel like this is different from your last few years because I feel last few years you've always ended up celebrating.
Yes, I did. The last, yeah, quite the last few years, it has been ended up somehow becoming a celebration, even though I didn't plan it.
Yeah,
Uh,
even during the pandemic, I remember all of us on video call
yes,
watching your
yes,
birthday celebration.
exactly. So that and it was during the pandemic. They didn't even plan anything. I went out during the day. I met a few people. I met at played badminton, I think, and just hung out. But that's it. And I come home, and a few friends came home, and then all of you guys were there that day. And so it ended up becoming a celebration. And the next 3 to 4 years after that, after I came here again, I guess during college, I was living with people. And that was also the first time I was staying away from home. So I really celebrated. It was fun. Then here also last few years, living with roommates and all, we celebrated. This year, I genuinely just like didn't want to do anything. So I did the exact opposite of you, where it was celebrations for the past few years. And then here I was like, no, I don't want to do anything.
The last birthday I celebrated was like in 2016. So like
Hmm.
for proper
Back in college, I guess. You were in college? Yeah.
yeah, in college.
Hmm.
And it was funny because the two friends that were at that birthday party also ended up being in Europe with me
Hmm.
at the time.
Oh, that's so
We were
nice.
on a trip to
Hmm.
together. So it was full circle moment and
That's perfect. Mm.
And I kind of didn't expect that I would. I don't know if that also happens to you, but when I'm in my room, I forget I have friends. I completely forget that I have friends. I
Yeah, yeah,
I like I feel like I don't know anyone because I don't talk to anyone, so I don't really have
yep,
friends. And then I went back to Rotterdam and I was like, I have friends to hang out with. I forgot that I had friends that I could invite, and then ended up inviting people, and it was like a whole bunch of people. And I was like, I completely forgot that this is something I could do, that there are
yes,
people who will
yes.
show up.
Yeah, no, this happens to me all the time. I think I also go through the same thing. I was like, no, I mean, like, why would anyone care? Then, oh no, people, I guess, do care. I just like, it's this, I guess, out of sight, out of mind
Yeah.
ADHD problems.
But this birthday, I asked everyone like not to bring anything because I already was taking a lot of my stuff back, and my only request was that I want to
Hmm.
take pictures with everyone so I can
Right.
put them on a wall, and then I remember that I have
Hmm.
friends when I go back.
Yes. 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 That's a good idea. I think that's also one of the reasons why I keep so many things out in the open. Even these pictures, for example, I keep them out in the open so that, oh, I remember I do like photography. I have a camera. I need to remember. I need a reminder.
Yes, I feel I'm exactly the same. I need visual reminders. Like
I need visual reminders.
I collect postcards, but they're like from different places. So it
Hmm.
reminds me that I've been somewhere outside this room. Otherwise, I'm just like, I'm just here and I've always been here in my head. I just feel that way.
Yeah, it's very difficult to look past the no.
Which is so ironic because everyone just tells you to be present and be in the now. And
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
stuck in
I'm like,
the
bro, that's all I do.
yeah, because then this is it. That's it. What do you mean now is it?
So I've been on the deep dive on learning about ADD and ADHD and everything. And at this point, I have accepted it. I've not gone through like a proper diagnosis, but I've spoken to like a mental health professional. I've had a few sessions. He's also like, yeah, you definitely have it. There's no surprise. I mean, it's like even the more I read these books. So I was reading a book called Driven to Distraction, which is like the seminal ADHD book. And in that, they talk about how like time perception works for us. And the way they put it was so accurate. It's like for a lot of us, we live in the now and the not now. You know, like if I have to do something, I never think, oh, I have to do it in an hour. I think, oh, I don't have to do it now. It's very different. It's because I'm not planning to do it later. I just know I don't have to do it right now.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, fuck, this is literally how I think. Because half an hour before that, only something, we were discussing something and I had to do something. And I was like, oh, I don't have to do it now. I'll do it. Like, I don't have to do it now. So I won't even think about it. Then when I have to do it, I'll do it. But I don't think that, oh, in 20 minutes I have to do it. It's just a very different way of time perception. And it makes so much sense. We always just stay in the know. That's also why it's difficult for me, it's so difficult to plan ahead, even a few days later or a week later. It's so difficult. I can't, it's like my brain just can't comprehend it at all.
I have to put it on my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, I won't be able to do it. And I feel like that's why
Yeah.
I never was able to plan like a career out because I can't
Hmm.
think that ahead. I can't tell you
Hmm.
if that's what I would want to do, so I can't focus
Hmm.
on it.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I've also now, I've started using my tasks and calendar a lot more now. I think before I was still a little conflicted. I felt like, man, why do I have to do this? Why can't I just remember? And I'll try to remember and eventually forget and then feel bad about myself and then go through that loop.
I've been in
But
that.
now after the whole ADHD diagnosis, oh my God, it just changes so much because now I've accepted it and I'm trying to identify, okay, what are the things in my life that are being affected by it? Because clearly it's a thing. I might as well just make terms with it and accommodate accordingly.
Yeah, I think the number one rule that someone like I read it somewhere and it makes so much sense to me is that do not trust your brain to remember things. So,
Exactly. I do
and
not.
yeah, do not at all. So I always carry like a notebook and a pen in my fanny
Hmm.
pack, like a sticky note or
Hmm.
something. So either I
Hmm.
write it down there or I put it on my calendar or somewhere else. I am not going to
Yes.
remember is what I go with. If I
Yep.
remember, then bonus, but otherwise I
Great.
just go with that I'm not going to remember this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's my default mode of operation now. So
Yeah.
I just put things on a task immediately, or I'll send a message to myself about something that I need to remember do in the next few days, or something, you know. And I've also, the more I'm seeing things on like Instagram come up, I think for me there are certain phrases that help me. For example, I'm very prone to just leaving things in random places rather than putting them in their place. It just happens. And if I'm by myself, I will guarantee do it. The only reason I don't do it as often is because I live with people. I've lived with people. So I know that, man, I can't just leave things lying around. So that's good. But somewhere I saw someone say, don't put it down, put it away.
I know you were getting to that because
Don't put it
I
down,
know
put it away.
it's
I'm
stuck in
like,
my
this is
head.
life changing. This is life
Yeah.
changing. Like, no one can like, I'll keep telling myself, don't put it down, put it away. Don't put it
It's
down,
like a
put it
song
away.
in your head every
It's
time.
a song. I'm always singing it, don't put it down, put it away. So I remember it.
Yep.
Whenever, oh, don't put it down, put it away. So
Yes.
like this is good with help me keeps like dishes in quickly or clothes if like something has to be put inside, I'll put it there. Yeah, just like general, dude, it helps me so much. Don't
Yeah.
put it down, put it away. So good.
I feel with dishes, it's the fact that like if I don't do it now and I put it off
Mm.
for later, it's not that I forget about it. I will still
Mm.
think that I have to do it. Like with other tasks too, like it's in my head, it's occupying
It's in
space.
your head.
I'm constantly thinking about that. This is something I need to do,
Yeah.
something I need to do.
Yes, that's
So
the
I
that's
better
the
just
issue.
do it.
You're just accumulating things to be done.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was great. Another thing that I've found now, it's not fully ingrained yet, but it's for any document related things. It's Ohio, which is only handle it once. So if there's something about documents, I think it's very easy to, for me, though, it's so easy to push things because I know it's a task. I have to figure out, okay, where do I collect this from? I have to do this, fill this, do this. There are so many steps to it. It's sometimes a little overwhelming. I don't want to do it on this. So I'll finish it halfway and then I'll forget about it. I'll come back later. But I think with this, it'll be like, okay, I just need to handle it once. You do it and get it over. You do it, get it over. Prioritize. I'm
Yep.
still not good at it. So still making my way through it.
I remember one of the things that I learned from the reels was when I was living by myself. It was
Mm,
uh, that you put all the fresh food in
mm,
the bottle section, like on the door of the fridge. So you
mm.
see it constantly.
You see that it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a
Instead of
very,
the
even I saw this.
even instead of the vegetable compartment where it's out of sight,
Mm,
it was out of mind, and then I will forget
mm.
about it, and then I will see it, and then I feel guilty about it that it's going bad, but I can't save it. So
Yeah,
the door
yeah,
thing really helped.
yeah. No, I think especially kitchen stuff is a little like you definitely can't keep everything visible, but also you have to somehow make sure the things that you want to be visible
Yeah,
be
because
there.
they like in the reel they talk about exchanging it with condiments. Because if you need
Mm,
sauce or if you need something, you will go for it and you will grab it,
mm,
no
mm.
matter where it is in the fridge, which made so much
Correct,
sense.
correct. Yeah, but things that you need for sure you can put it somewhere else.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's a question of convenience sometimes. You want some things to be more convenient, but everything can't be.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting to say the least. Do you also? I guess you do. You have a lot of memories from your like. Do you remember a lot of stuff from your childhood, or is it like gone? Because for me, I hardly remember anything. So it's all blank.
I actually have good long-term memory, I feel, and
Interesting.
bad
Hmm.
short-term memory. So I
Hmm.
remember things because of because we moved a lot. So I remember it
Hmm.
phases, like
A
memories
lot
are
of
attached.
periods. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are different
Yeah.
phases, and then I have
Correct.
memories attached to those phases. But Pune,
Hmm.
I was here for almost 10 years, I think, and it's all
Hmm.
because it was one
Hmm.
long blank period.
Right. Right. Yeah. Same. I think I remember, like, I've been in the same house since I was born. Same house, even. The house has changed a bit. So I remember the transitions in which different phases of what the house looked like. But apart from that, life wise, mostly a blank. Weirdly enough, when I had this whole ADHD revelation, and I went for a walk one day, and I think during that walk, I sort of accepted it. Because I think that's when it made, because up until then, I was just consuming a lot of information about it. Because I learned about it first because we talked about it a year ago. And then I just briefly looked into it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, some of these things are there, but I never, like, give it more thought than that. Then over the past few weeks, it was just learning about it so much more. And then I realized, oh, it's not like just the hyperfixation aspect of this. It's like, oh, my life is explained through this lens. I never realized it. That's quite the revelation. But it was nice. I think it was important. So much of that, I don't know, guilt, shame is gone slightly. So I was like, oh, nice. This is good. This is a good feeling. At least it's it's like, oh, in my mind, I always knew there was something that doesn't make sense, and now it makes sense. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think I had the same for like my therapist mentioned it to me years back. And she kept telling
Hmm.
me, like, she's a psychologist and not a psychiatrist, so she can't diagnose me, but
Hmm.
she has
Hmm.
had been pushing me towards neurodivergent resources for quite a bit.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't
Hmm.
want to be labeled into some bracket. So I had been
Yeah,
avoiding
but it.
for so long. And then I had this whole conversation with her that it seems like any reel I watch, I just feel like I relate to it. And she said, like, there might be a reason why
That
you're
might be, yeah,
so
exactly.
many reels. Like, but maybe they're too generic. Everyone relates to it. Like, but
Yeah,
you're relating
yeah,
to way too many of them. So maybe look
yeah.
into things. And then I started looking into it. And then I had this whole
Hmm.
phase where it makes sense. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
Oh,
Exactly.
so,
It
and
all
it
makes
will
sense.
come like all your childhood stuff also starts to make sense.
Yes.
It's my
So
parents.
many things.
My mom still says that you're like when you were a kid, you would like to eat one fruit and then you would eat that fruit until you would feel sick and then you would move on and eat that another fruit and just eat that. I was like, that's hyper fixating on like a
Yeah.
food. As
No
it
fruit.
makes sense. There's just so many things that make sense now.
Hmm. Yeah. No, there are so many of my behavior in school. Like I in fact, when that day when I was thinking about all these things and it was making more sense, I in fact got back so many memories, like things I haven't remembered in ages. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't even realize. Oh, this new memory came because I was trying to like connect some patterns, and I was able to remember more things. And then I was like, oh, this is how this makes sense now. Why I was like this. This makes
Yeah,
so much more sense.
I think for me, it's not the black. Like in Pune, I think there are phases that have blacked out and I don't remember. But
Hmm.
I also get these flashes, and then I'm like,
Hmm.
I've done so much. Like, I sometimes just forget that I've done so many different things or like done
Hmm.
other stuff, lived other lives, that I am just so much in the now that I forget that, hey, I used to do also this and that and that. It's just so consumed by the now and the present
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you just
That's the
forget.
thing. Yeah, it's still there. It's just that you need to remember that you have to go access it. That's the difficult part. Because you don't even remember it's there. How are you going to remember what the memory is? Uh, yeah, no, it's been quite the trip. So I've been reading a bunch of books, and wow, it's some of the stories and the book I read called "Driven to Distraction." It's written by a therapist only, and he writes about all the stories with his patients. So this is like verbatim, like quote unquote patient, what they spoke about is written there. So it's cool hearing. like even the way we talk and how it's like, oh, this makes so much sense. Even the kind of words they use, the way they frame, how they what their feeling was, is all so similar. That was in fact an even bigger like confirmation that no, this makes sense. Like it's not because it's not just relating to, oh, you're distractible, because as you said, some of these things are generic. Like, because if you go tell it to anyone, they'll be like, yeah, I also have this. Like, I also feel like this sometimes. They'll tell. But when you hear it from people who have it and the way they explain it, it's like, yeah, this is this makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, I think I don't know if it's the same with you, but I feel like I have really extreme highs and lows, and so much so that I used to think I was bipolar because I was like,
Hmm.
I'm so happy, and then I'm so sad. I don't
And
understand. And
yeah.
there was this whole Modern Love episode with Anne
Hmm.
Hathaway where she's bipolar,
Hmm.
and like I was like,
Hmm.
I relate to this so much because when I feel good,
Hmm.
I feel really good, and
Really good.
sad, I feel really sad. And I used to think like
Hmm.
I was initially I was like maybe it's depression. And then I was like maybe
Hmm.
I'm bipolar because I asked some of
Hmm.
friends who also people who have depression that they don't feel highs like that. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
so it
Yeah.
literally like drives your entire life because you don't know what you're gonna
Yeah.
wake up with. It's gonna be a high, it's gonna be low, you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. Yeah. It's literally, as I say, it's a problem with your regulation. Your nervous system is so dysregulated, and you have to try a lot to control. That's the main thing,
It's so
and
much energy that goes into
it's
like,
it's a lot of energy. Yeah,
stable.
yeah. You have to really make an effort to regulate it. You have to do a lot. You have to make sure you exercise and do all these things. And it also now makes sense because when I look back at the whatever number of years of my life, the periods where I've been like, where I feel like I've been like happy and content with myself are the periods where I had a good routine. Like I would work out regularly, I was eating regularly, like healthily, and maintaining myself and everything. And those periods are always associated for like happy times. I think of it as, oh, I was happy and everything was good at the time. But everything else just sucks. Like any time apart from that, all I remember is, oh, I just did not like myself at that time. Only during the periods where I was maintaining all of this, there was some good correlation. So there is definitely some evidence.
Yeah. I
I
think it's
just,
the same for me. And
yeah,
also like I would add to your list was social interaction, like hanging
yep,
out with friends
social
and
interaction.
like
Yes,
playtime.
yes, absolutely. Because before masters and everything, it was during the pandemic actually, because I was working out and doing everything. I had so much social interaction because with test folks we would hang out all the time, and I just generally felt very good because I was like, oh, I'm socializing well. I'm not, and I can be confident with people only when I'm happy with myself, or else I don't even feel like talking to people.
I think I also felt really confident and happy during that time because I was talking to so many people and we were hanging out all
Yeah,
the time. Like there was someone or the other to
yes,
hang out with no
exactly,
matter the time of the
exactly,
day.
exactly.
It was good time.
So it was good times. Now it is good to know that there is there is something else. There was a missing piece. Now I found the missing piece. Now it's like about, okay, how do I, now that I know this, how do I get out of this spiral?
And it's like a formula that you have to fix to make it work, I feel sometimes.
Correct, correct. It's a complicated one,
Yeah.
but hey, better to know that I can, like, I'm just happy that, okay, cool, this is there. Of course, there was sadness also for a while because it's like, then I realized, oh, all those things that I did not do and I felt bad about not doing it and I blamed myself, there was something else going on clearly. So in some ways, it's like, fuck, then I could have done all those things if only I knew about it before, maybe. That, hey, coulda, shoulda, woulda, whatever, right? Can't really dwell on it. Like, yeah, fine, whatever. No, we know.
We know. And
Yeah,
it all makes sense.
it all makes sense. That's literally, even in the book, right? The diagnosis is literally half the cure.